Yeah, there's a lot of stream to catch up on. Okay, we're gonna get rolling on some Akshon Esports, the clutch factor featuring NYXL versus Chengdu Hunters Pro Overwatch Analysis. Okay, so normally I think Akshon Esports does a pretty good job of beginner's introduction to Overwatch League analysis. Their stuff is not exactly big brain, but it's decent, and I'm going to judge it based off of the parameters that they're aiming for. So just because they don't go as in-depth as I'd want them to, or they're not 100% correct on every single compositional read, I'm not going to give them a hard time. I'm going to pretend that I'm a coach judging it based off the value or accuracy it provides towards a beginner or intermediate players of Overwatch. So if I'm not super nitpicky on it, that's why. Holy cow, that's a little loud.
In round one of the Asia May Melee, the NYXL had their...
In round one of the... What did he say?
Back. In round one of the Asia May Melee...
In round one of the Asia May Melee...
The NYXL had their backs to the wall.
I'm glad that my voice is way cooler than that, right, guys?
Down 2-1 against the Chengdu Hunters in Gibraltar and facing elimination from the entire...
Is the queue long? Not super long.
Tournament, they found themselves in a desperate overtime fight to prevent themselves from being full held on point A and with both supports dead. Yet somehow they brought it back from the brink, clutching the fight. Then another. Then another. Eventually finishing the map, winning it, and taking map 5 as well to move on in the tournament. How did they pull off the unthinkable? That's what we're going to find out in this episode of Behind the Action. The NYXL have spent the better part of 4 minutes trying and failing to execute any kind of a dive onto the Hunter supports. Thanks to some great peel, mutual support from Molly and NYXL, as well as Leave pairing extremely well with Among on the double Winston dives. This is extremely strong as both Winstons deal damage that cannot be blocked by shields or defense matrix. And basically the only way to defend this is either a sleep dart or using rally. As the time ticks down, it looks as though this will be a full hold for the Hunters, with both NYXL supports going down to yet another double Winston dive from Leave and Amon. However, Mano pops his primal rage and manages to follow up on a huge biotic grenade by Jonak to kill both Chengdu supports in the backline, with a bit of help from Spilo. Crucially, he boops NYXL away from Molly's biotic grenade so he doesn't get healing, and Libero ends up solo killing Amon as he already used his shield in the dive.
Well, it's a 2-for-2 trade right now, and Amon is certainly the bigger pick of the lot.
Now, Hotba is at extremely low health from trying to take the duel against Jinmu. Not necessarily to kill him, but to force him away from hacking Mano or Libero and preventing them from finishing their kills. As he flies back towards the cart, he barely dodges Jinmu's EMP by flying towards the ground behind the payload.
That's a load of crock. That looks like they bugged on the ship or whatever. That's so lucky.
He goes out of Jinmu's line of sight. This causes Jinmu to direct his damage towards Mano instead, who is at close to full health and deals so much damage to the Hunter Sombra that he is forced to translocate. Elsa gets a potentially crucial pick by killing Saebyeolbe before he can build his EMP, as he doesn't translocate out for some reason, probably thinking that his tanks would turn and help him kill the Diva. Leave finishes off the hacked Libero. With their supports just respawning, there is no choice but for the Hunters to throw themselves onto the cart, and Mano finishes both DPS off. Elsa's Desperation Bomb killing Mano marks the final and most dangerous phase of the fight for New York. They still have Hotba alive, who can stall for a very long time with his mech, and both of their supports are returning to the fight either having or close to their ultimates. However, Molly has switched to Lucio both for the speed and the ability to boop enemies off of the cart, which nearly works, as we'll see later. The NYXL need to balance trying to build Animo's ultimate, keeping Jonak alive, and staying on the cart. If they can do this long enough, Saebyeolbe can return very quickly with his EMP to finish it off. Hotba remax, and Jonak gives him the nano boost to negate the effect of Elsa's damage as he was in the animation. The first boop is from NYXL's whip shot, but Hotba either has extraordinarily quick reflexes or already wanted to use his boosters, flying back in to touch the point. Another boop, this time from Molly, almost causes disaster as he happens to boop at the exact moment Hotba is walking backwards, causing him to be knocked further away than if he had been moving forward. The overtime meter ticks down to almost 0, but Hotba barely manages to walk to the cart. Then another whip shot from NYXL boops Hotba off, but then he flies in again. Another boop from Molly knocks him upwards, but he just floats back down to the cart without much trouble. In the space of 10 seconds or so, Hotba has dodged a Diva Bomb, remeched, taken 4 boops which nearly forced a C9, and bought just enough time for his teammates to return. Now let's return to the frame where the NYXL almost C9'd. Among and Elsa have initiated a dive onto Jonak, hoping to take him out fast. But a combination of his Bionade and Animo's rally easily keeps him alive. Now is the play that seals it. Jonak, doing an animation cancel of his reload by using his one remaining ability, manages to sleep NYXL in the midst of being booped around by a primal raging Amon. This sleep occurs at 98% to NYXL's rally, and, even more crucially, prevents him from shield bashing Saebyeolbe out of the EMP. Now, NYXL is hacked out of his rally and gets instantly bursted down by the
that's a huge clutch.
One of those plays going wrong, Hotba not getting to the cart in time, Molly getting a more effective boop off, Jonak sleep not connecting, or Animo failing to build his rally in time, all of them would have easily resulted in the end of the round, and probably the map and the series for NYXL. However, their impressive clutch just means that they have a tiny amount of time to Cat B. An inexplicable solo dive.
The big error, I think, actually from Chengdu here is, let me see if I can find it right here. So they get the kills here. Yeah, so right here. This is the big error here.
Respawning.
Leave dropping here is really stupid. It's really stupid. Because Hotba is being demeched. Mono, if he jumps Leave, Leave is probably has the shift or can back up and hop, and Mono's going to die. Elsa's there.
There is no
Elsa can touch. What is Leave doing?
choice but for the hunters to throw themselves.
That's a feed. This right here is literally a fight. This is a fight losing feed. This is it. You have a div on cart with bomb. Why are you touching cart? And especially, look at the distance, guys. Like, that's not a great color. It's not a great thickness. There's plenty of distance. You've got time. This is a terrible play by Leave. And then Jinmu just dies? Where did...
Just respawning, there is no choice but for the hunters to throw themselves onto the cart.
And Jinmu just walks out here instead of staying on the hacked health pack or waiting or shooting from here, further away. So Jinmu and Leave just... They just feed. Like, there's no way of sugarcoating. That is a terrible, terrible play from Jinmu and Leaf. So Chengdu, it was a great play by NYXL to clutch, but Jinmu and Leaf actually single-handedly throw this. Because if they wait, Jinmu can break bubble and stay on his health back and be safe, and Mono can't contest him. Leaf can play up here and shoot bubble, and Mono, if he jumps him, will die. And they could break bubble and just get the kill, and there would be no... NYXL couldn't do it.
No choice but for the...
So I don't know what Chengdu is doing here. That was really, 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 really stupid. But so far, I've been enjoying this. This is informative and interesting. It's not super informative. It's more of a, this is what happened. But the little things like, you know, double Winston dive being good and highlighting the good points. It's like a highlight reel, really.
Shield bashing Sabiolbi out of the EMP. Now, NYXL is hacked out of his rally and gets instantly...
You think they got cocky or greedy? I don't think they got cocky. I just think they panicked.
Bursted down.
Like, yeah, they just panicked.
Libero. Any one of those plays going wrong, hot but not...
NYXL, New York Excelsior. I mean, I don't want to say... Okay, New York, fine. I'll say New York. You guys are a bunch of babies.
Getting to the cart in time, Molly getting a more effective boop off, Jonak probably the map, an inexplicable solo dive by Mano without any support, probably due to someone calling off the dive after he already committed, followed by a huge Molly bionade, allows Chengdu to win a fight with 1 minute left and take a very aggressive amount of time after he already committed, an inexplicable solo dive by Mano without any support.
I mean, this is just Mono trying to do like a soft pressure dive. So what Mono's trying to do here is he's trying to stay right here. He's going to bubble off. He's going to zap Molly and NYXL, draw a lot of attention to himself, and then he's going to jump out again. And based off of the angle that he's holding, it's going to be really hard for them to kill him. But what Mono doesn't account for...
Probably due to someone calling off the dive after...
Well, I don't know why. I think he gets booped off by Elsa. He drops or gets booped off, which is really what kills him. If he stays here, he's fine.
After he already committed, followed by...
Because that's what Nate...
allows Chengdu to...
Yeah, see, he's fine if he doesn't drop. He takes way too much damage.
To win a fight with 1 minute left.
Because he drops. So he's just like trying to trade backlines, but he's not actually going to kill anybody. He's just trying to soft pressure. I don't necessarily agree with the decision, but it's not as bad of a decision if he actually executes it properly.
A very aggressive hold on the top left door. This is a strong position, as with control of the spaceship high ground and Among's ability to cover all 4 doors, NYXL will need to use a lot of resources just to get into the point.
True.
Alone initiate a fight. After losing 3 members to yet another double Winston.
This is why Gibraltar 2nd is misery to retake.
Dive, NYXL are down to just 16 seconds, but a massive tactical mistake was made here. The rest of the hunters rush back to kill Mano, Sabiolbi, and Libero on the cart, who have been pressuring their supports. And Jinmu pops his EMP, probably hoping to totally finish off NYXL and allow Chengdu to go for a very aggressive hold to prevent anyone from touching. But this means that he will not have it for the crucial final fight, and gives NYXL the ultimate advantage. The hunters begin checking for an invisible Sabiolbi trying to touch the cart, as he barely escaped with 7 health and would be the most likely member to touch, and actually do discover him. However, it is instead Hoppa flying in all the way from spawn to touch, as SBB uses his translocator to get to the high ground and avoid Jinmu, who is holding the lower doors. This also allows Sabiolbi to set up his EMP without constantly worrying about being checked by Elsa or Jinmu and forced to translocate away, as all the attention...
I mean, the real problem here... So I don't think anything that Chengdu did was necessarily a mistake. Maybe the EMP wasn't great, but that fight wasn't won.
Door. This is a strong resource. NYXL, Ano, Sabiolbi, and Libero on the cart, who have been pressuring their supports. And Jinmu...
Because this is not a 100% won fight. NYXL still has EMP, and they track rally as well.
Probably hoping to totally finish
EMP is probably okay.
Off NYXL and allow Chengdu to
not great, but it's okay. The problem is how the heck does Among die?
To prevent anyone from touching. But this means that he will not have it for the crucial final fight, and gives...
What is he
NYXL
doing?
The ultimate advantage.
Among overstays his welcome and just dies.
As he barely escaped...
Wait, he's jumping out! How does he die?
The hunters begin checking for...
Am I insane?
An invisible
Among? Where are you?
As he...
Because what this means is the spy checking is harder, but also Chengdu really can't like stuff super far aggressive. right?
Barely escaped with
Like,
some
look at
help
this.
from spawn to touch, as SBB uses his translocator to get to the high ground and avoid Jinmu, who is holding the lower doors. This also allows Sabiolbi to set up his EMP without constantly worrying about being checked by.
Like right now, Libero should be dead. They should be pushing this aggressively. They should go in aggressively, and then they can follow up with Rally. And Emon can just pop his primal early, even if they EMP, whatever, no big deal. Easy peasy. Right? Or you could just kill whoever touches cart. But Emon is in spawn.
Elsa or Jinmu,
And so Chengdu is playing back.
away, as all the attention
Like, Emon is just coming out right now.
will be on Hotba. Hotba gives up his mech for the touch, but is able to remech with the self-destruct and NYXL pylon in with their ultimate advantage. The rally from Animo, coupled with a less than ideal solo EMP onto Among, finishes off the fight. This was more of a mistake by Chengdu, going too greedy to try and get an early fight win. And great work by Hotba to stay alive through the double Winston dive to allow him to touch the cart. Now with momentum in
So yeah, that was a plan by Chengdu that didn't work out, that led to NYXL having a significant ult advantage, and then Emon just feeding.
their favor, but just 1 minute
Yeah, Frosted, I'm not crazy, right? Like, Emon is just feeding.
and 30 seconds on the clock, NYXL are looking to finish this map. Plenty of teams have been stymied by the tricky point C, with its long sightlines and
Hey, you found me through Launcher? That's hilarious.
But if map, plenty of teams have been stymied by the tricky point C, with its long sightlines and defenders' respawn advantage. But if you've been watching this game at all, you will have to believe that NYXL
That's a Frosted move. By the way, congratulations on 4.6. That's awesome. That's an accomplishment.
will somehow get it done. Sightlines and defenders respawn advantage. But if you've been watching this game at all, you will have to believe that NYXL will somehow get it done. We begin the final fight with Mano solo diving onto Lengsa again, and this time is more successful, as he forces a nano boost out of Molly to keep the Brigitte alive. This might have been a bit of overkill, as shield bash plus whip shot, he forces a nano boost out of Molly to keep the Brigitte solo diving onto Lengsa again, and this time is more
Jonak shoots him as well.
successful, as he forces a nano boost out
Yeah, so Mano's plan here is to boop Lengsa
of Molly
in.
to keep the Brigitte.
Lengsa takes a shot from Jonak, whoops, at the same time, which leads to the nano boost being used.
This might have been a bit of,
This is just kind of bad positioning from Lengsa.
and this time
Yeah, see, this is just bad positioning.
that NYXL will somehow get it done. We begin the final fight with Mano solo diving onto Lengsa again, and this time
Like,
is more
I assume Chengdu still has Tengsa in spawn? Like, Lengsa, what the heck are you doing? This is not a... The nano, I don't think, is a mistake. I think the nano's... I don't know. It may be a mistake. Lengsa's going to die if the nano boost is not landed. Let's put it that way.
as he forces a nano boost
I don't know... Like, Amang is back there, but I don't know where the rest of Chengdu is, and Lengsa is so far forward here, man. He's going to die. Like, he's going to die.
out of Molly to keep the Brigitte alive. This might have been a bit of overkill, as shield bash plus whip shot might have given Lengsa enough distance to survive. But Molly was unable to heal through the bubble and probably panicked, knowing that losing a support so early in the fight could be devastating. At the same time, Libero receives a nano boost from
Yeah, see, there's the shot in Lengsa.
Jonak and dives on top of Leave, something the NYXL have done before in this round, winning the 1v1 duel while both supports are distracted. Mano does not waste his one jump out. He leaps back into his own high ground where Jinmu is situated, forcing him to translocate away. All of this puts NYXL...
Leave should die, though, or Libero should die.
He leaps back into winning the 1v1 duel while both supports are distracted.
He should die. He's 130 HP in the backline without shift.
Mano does not
should
waste
die.
his one jump out. He leaps back into his own high ground where Jinmu is situated, forcing him to translocate away. All of
Hello?
this puts NYXL at a huge advantage. They have control of all of the space behind the cart, they have the man advantage, their nano boost is poised to get much better value being on an active Echo while Chengdu's is on a Brigitte sitting in the backline, who spends a sizable amount of time just walking forward to the fight, and their Sombra is still in the game, instead of coming back from the translocator. Mano again goes in for a solo dive, this time with his primal rage drawing all of Chengdu's attention to him as he threatens to boop their supports off of the map. This buys time for Jonak to heal up both Libero and Hotba, and crucially Sabiolbi matches Jinmu in the mini health pack room and attacks him.
Huge.
With NYXL finishing him off when he is 92% to his EMP. In the same frame, you can see Hotba barely escape with a sliver of HP, allowing him to stay alive and build his self-destruct. However, it's a little hard to finish off this fight without ultimates, which NYXL...
Hotba, like, guys, Libero should have died, man. He can't go in with his shift in nano if his tanks aren't going to go in with him. Libero is going in while Mano is basically going out.
are currently lacking in, which is where this great bubble by Mano comes in. We see Sabiolbi use this bubble extremely well, using it to get the hack onto Elsa without being interrupted and farming almost 20% ult charge off of him, then playing around the shield to almost kill Molly in spawn. It's hard to say if this was something SBB asked for in the moment or something predetermined, but either way it was crucial to getting this EMP. Animo's rally totally negates Leaf's solo dive, and unfortunately Chengdu appear not to coordinate their self-destruct and EMP combo, as Elsa throws
Please, guys, don't do EMP. Okay, actually, I don't care because you're in ranked. In comp, EMP bomb probably works, but EMP bomb in pro play is so bad.
Uselessly into the backline. New York do not make the same mistake. Sabiolbi and Hotba combine beautifully.
Right, Frosted? Don't EMP bomb. Don't do it. Don't. Don't do it.
For a kill onto Langsa, and the 5-man EMP is sufficient to allow NYXL to finish the fight.
It seems like for New York right now, as we do expect them to be able to finish Watch Point Gibraltar, a wounded animal in the corner. They are so dangerous when they have their backs against the wall.
The NYXL have been known throughout their history as a team that is very methodical, which is probably what allows them to remain calm and execute better under pressure than other teams. In the heat of the moment, they remained aware of their win conditions, the enemy's win conditions, and what they had to do to give themselves the best fight possible, allowing them to simply make fewer mistakes at crucial moments. And of course, their players are some of the most clutch in the world. Longtime League fans may recall some of Sabiolbi's insane Tracer performances, or crazy Jonak sleep darts. The clutch factor may be something that is hard to determine, but one thing is for sure, the New York Excelsior have it in spades.
Sure, I could agree with that. Like, maybe those guys are just chill under pressure, you know, and it showed right there. Like clearly Chengdu panicked a little bit under pressure and wasn't all on the same page. Okay, I'm gonna give that. I gotta move on. Hang on. B. Not bad. I like it. I mean, again, for the target audience, had a lot of good information. Was relatively accurate. Put out some good little things. I liked it. Good production value, of course. So no complaints. Yeah, so the problem with self-destruct's EMP is it's like you force them to spread out, and then you EMP nothing half the time. And then in addition to that, a lot of the times you want to have your diva in mech so that she can follow up off of the EMP. The danger of EMP bomb is that you've basically removed a player from the battlefield. Anything that clumps up really tight is okay with the EMP bomb, or if you otherwise struggle to get kills. But yeah, like Frost is saying. Like, you don't want to be using an ult that wants them spread and an ult that wants them clumped. That makes no sense. Especially when the ult that wants them spread literally removes one player from the team fight. Because you have a baby diva trying to follow up of an EMP. If the bomb doesn't kill like 2 or 3 people, it's worthless. Be nice. Okay. Great work, Chengdu. Great work. You almost beat NYXL. Nice job. EMP bomb works great in rank, though? Yeah, it does. I'd agree with that. The reason EMP bomb works great in rank is because it actually makes your teammates pay attention to when you're EMPing. It's better to just win off of EMP. EMP is still the strongest ultimate in the game. Second to rally, I would say. Yeah. That's why, like, I always support people comboing ultimates in ranked, because it actually makes them think. You know? If they're not thinking, if they're just like, oh, I'm just gonna like use my ultimate whenever, like, then, you know, whatever. Bomb should be used reactively? No, it could be used proactively. Bomb is great to use proactively. Just don't EMP with it. Where do I rank Grav? I think Grav is good. Grav is good. Grav is always good, you know? Grav's never bad. I just think Rally is better, and EMP is better.